Um, I think that 85 points is enough to win a basketball game. Giving up 94, you're not going to win many. And I thought our offensive execution was pretty good tonight. They switched up defenses all night long, and I thought we did a good job. We took care of the basketball. But we've got to have a sense of urgency on assignments and what we're supposed to be doing on the defensive end. It's got to be certainly something that we've got to fix, and we've got to fix it pretty fast. I talked to the team afterwards, and I just told them the truth. I mean, before we tip tonight, we're an 11 seed, but I think that we've got to have help from other people if we don't win another game. And I talked to them about not winning another game because I think it has to sting with them. I'm trying to resonate with them the seriousness of what's going on, and I think that they need to feel our urgency, and we're trying to figure out ways to implement that into their mindset. I think we're more mature than we're showing. I think when the intro video tonight didn't go off, I think it bothered our team. They announced a different starter than we thought they were going to announce, and I think it bothered our team. And I wasn't paying much attention to it because I was worried about getting the first stop and first score. But I've got to do a better job. We've got to do a better job of showing them what our focus needs to be on. And as far as the basketball game, it's just frustrating that we're giving up so many points on the defensive end.
With Sims having 43 the last time, it seemed like there were a lot of times in which you all played really good defense against her for 20 to 25 seconds, but the focus was so strong on her with 2 or 3 different people that in that last 5 or 7 that you lost track of a couple other players and gave up some late buckets in the shot clock.
I completely agree, and I'm not sure why. And I'm not sure our team is why. It knows why. But it's in the first half she was 4 or 5 in the 3 in the first half. Well, she didn't attempt one in the second half. And when they would move the ball and the ball would come back, we would be late to help. And when we're late to help, she either gets to the paint or we're late for the easy kick out. And it's something that we certainly talked about, but we didn't do a very good job of tonight.
Does that show her complete game
Oh,
though? As far as, you all had 2 or 3 basically shadowing her. She was still able to finish, and in the second half, like you said, she took very few shot attempts, but she got everybody else involved.
She's she's 1 rebound, one assist away from a double-double and 3 rebounds away from a triple-double. She's the real deal. If I could have gotten a room with her last year, I'd have tried to get her to turn pro early. She's a heck of a player, and they do a good job, and the team compliments her nicely, and she compliments the team as well.
Taliqua, for you all as players on the court, you know what she's able to do, and you know that's where their emphasis is going to be, is getting the ball in her hands. How difficult is it to manage that? Hey, we've all got our assignments, but we want to make sure 25 doesn't beat us.
Well, in practice, he told us that he wanted her to see 3 people like when we were guarding her, because we just had to help to guard her. Like he said, we missed assignments. Like there were times that we weren't there, and that hurt us. Like you can't just not be there, because on a team like that, on a player like that, because she's just going to capitalize on all the time. So we just missed assignments. Like we just kind of work on that.
I'll tell you what, this off subject, this is a tangent, as I'm certainly capable of doing. Taliqua, like even handling that question right there, nobody knows this, but I don't think she'll care that I share it. She was in the ER this morning at 3 a.m. with Trent, her son. And I thought her focus and clearly her energy level was pretty good. And you can look at her free throw line and see whether focus was there or not. It's just kind of been a funky year, but you could tell that T's trying to win a game. She's, as far as we know right now, a senior, and she's got 1 game left, and we need a game, and we need all the energy we can get. So I'm really proud of her resiliency today.
Well, it's really physical under there, though, and they don't throw just one person at you underneath. They have 4 or 5 people that were coming at you all the time. Talk about how that physicality worked for you, though, going right at them and hitting 10 of 11 at the line.
I mean, you know, if they double team me, triple team me, I can always kick it out, but, I mean, getting to the line is good too, like, you just gotta knock them down, free throws, that's 3 points, so I just tried to focus and hit them, because I know we needed them this game.
That third quarter run that they made, there were a couple of transition opportunities in which you all looked hesitant. And, you know, whether it was Sims getting back and you don't want to take it at her and you end up settling for a deep jumper or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that indicative of, okay, yeah, we're struggling, we want to make the perfect play instead of an aggressive type play?
Yeah, we're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, right now. And I think it has to do with youth too, and just understanding that I think we have the tools. I really do. To this day, if we get in that conference tournament, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with whoever we play. But we've got to play better basketball, especially defensively. And I know we're banged up, but nobody, I've said this before, nobody feels sorry for us. There's no excuses around here. We've got to play better. I've got to coach better. Our staff's got to do better. We've got to scout better. We've got to do everything better, and there's got to be a sense of urgency about us.
Yeah, taking the positives from this one, you look at T's performance going forward, and you can tell that her and Key, they recognize the moment and what's at stake. And Taylor Porter looked as good as we've seen her since coming back from injury.
Yeah, and we're trying to time it right, and hopefully, I keep waiting. It's going to click, and I really do feel that we're due, but we're not catching many breaks right now, on the floor or off. But we've got to do a better job of making our own breaks. We can't rely on a hope. We've got to go make a play. We've got to go get a stop, not hope they don't score. And we've got to go back at it tomorrow.
And what's the secret, maybe turning things around at the 3-point line? Because you've had games where it's been, but it's kind of spurts. So you'll have 2 down, 1 up, 2 down, 1 up.
I think it's just their length bothered us tonight. We're trying to play catch up a little bit. I think it's got to be a little bit of. I just think there's got to be growth and maturity and understanding what's time and score and things like that. That quite honestly, Woody, that only experience can bring. We're going to introduce 3 seniors on Saturday. Well, T is really a junior eligibility-wise. Mackenzie Akers is really a junior eligibility-wise. Kiana is the lone senior. And she's been here 4 and she's played significant minutes too. The rest of our team is sophomores and freshmen. So I think that it's, I just think it's something that time will bring, and repetition, time and score, good shots, not good shots, when to take those, when not to, what we're looking for offensively, that I think that only time can help.
This may be a question you've answered some other time, but what is the deal with Mackenzie Akers as a redshirt junior being introduced Saturday?
Yeah, she's decided to hang it up. Her
Okay.
knee's killing her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's had her nose broken 2 or 3 times this year. She's going to have, a great career. She's just decided that she's had enough. She's her faith, God is calling her in a different direction. And I mean, look at her. She's given us everything she's got.
Yeah.
That she's got left in the tank, but she even has trouble breathing through her nostril. Not to give too much away, but. She's laying it all out on the line, and she bleeds green, and so we want to recognize her for that. We're also going to recognize Maddie Morris on Saturday. Maddie had her second ACL, and it's career ending, so we're going to honor her on Saturday as well.
Anyone else?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.